Lesson 23. Anchor text. Genre. Narrative nonfiction tells a true story about a topic. As you read, look for a setting that is real, events in time order, facts and information. Meet the authors. Charles L. Blood and Martin Link. These two authors wrote The Goat in the Rug from the point of view of Geraldine, the goat. Charles L. Blood also wrote a book about Native American crafts and games. Martin Link was once a ranger with the National Park Service in Arizona. Meet the illustrator. Nancy Winslow Parker. When Nancy Winslow Parker was a kid, she looked forward to spring cleaning. That was when her mom put new shelf paper in the kitchen cabinets and dresser drawers. The lucky young artist was given all the old paper to draw on. The Goat in the Rug by Geraldine. As told to Charles L. Blood and Martin Link. Illustrated by Nancy Winslow Parker. Essential question. How is art connected to the past?
My name is Geraldine, and I live near a place called Window Rock with my Navajo friend Glen May. It's called Window Rock because it has a big round hole in it that looks like a window open to the sky. Glen May is called Glen May most of the time because it's easier to say than her Indian name, Gli Nazba. In English, that means something like female warrior, but she's really a Navajo weaver. I guess that's why, one day, she decided to weave me into a rug. I remember it was a warm, sunny afternoon. Glen May had spent most of the morning sharpening a large pair of scissors. I had no idea what she was going to use them for, but it didn't take me long to find out. Before I knew what was happening, I was on the ground, and Glen May was clipping off my wool in great long strands. It's called mohair, really. It didn't hurt at all, but I admit I kicked up my heels some. I'm very ticklish for a goat. I might have looked a little naked and silly afterwards, but my, did I feel nice and cool. So I decided to stick around and see what would happen next. The first thing Glen May did was chop up roots from a yucca plant. The roots made a soapy, rich lather when she mixed them with water. She washed my wool in the suds until it was clean and white.
Okay, Binti, we have a new story. This story is The Goat in the Rug. What's the genre of this story? Yes, it's a narrative non-fiction. What's the meaning of narrative non-fiction? Narrative means gives the idea of a story. It's like a story. That's a narrative. Non-fiction means real or not real. Yes, it's real, but we don't know if it happened or no. We will see in the story. The last page may tell you if it's a true story or not. Okay, let's meet the authors. So, the authors, the writers are two. No, one person, no. Two person wrote the story. So the author or the writer of the story are two. First is Charles L. Blood The second one is Martin Link. أحسنتي. What about the illustrator? Who did the drawing? Yes, her name is Nancy Winslow Parker. Okay, what's the title of the story? The title of the story is The Goat in the Rock by Geraldine. Okay, so the goat is the goat. You can see that animal is a goat. In the rock, can you see what's the lady is holding? A rug. Okay, by Geraldine. What do you think? Which one is Geraldine? The lady or the goat? Yeah, it's the goat. So the goat is telling us the story. طيب بنتي, I want to ask you a question. Take a look at the picture. What do you think the story is about? Is it about some chickens and the farmer? Or is it about some kids at school? Think and let me know. Send the voice note. What do you think is the story about? Okay, Binti. Go to page 280. 280. Okay. My name is Geraldine. Okay, who is telling the story? Yes, good girl. The name of the storyteller who is telling us the story and who is talking is Geraldine. Okay, where does this Geraldine live? Yeah, she lives near a place called, what's the name of the place? Window Rock. Good girls. Is she living alone or with someone else? Yes, she is living with a friend. أحسنتي. Her name is Navajo friend. My Navajo friend. Glen May. This is the name of the lady. Glen May is a Navajo friend. She is the friend of Geraldine, who is telling the story. So, Geraldine and her Navajo friend, Glen May, they live in a place. What's the name of that place? Window Rock. Good girl. Why is it called Window Rock? Why is it called Window Rock? Yes, because if I ask you a question with why, you will look for the answer that has because. Because it has a big round hole in it that looks like a window open to the sky. If you take a look at the picture, you will know what does it mean, a hole in it. It looks like a window open to the sky. Okay, which one is Geraldine? Yes, the goat, its name is Geraldine. Okay, what about the lady? The lady, yes, she is her Navajo friend, Glen May. Glen May. Okay, she said that they live near a place called Window Rock. That is the place, Window Rock. And why is it called a Window Rock? Yes, Because it has a big round hole in it. This is the hole. They can get their heads out there like a window that looks like a window open to the sky. So your window is open to the street. You can see it, but their window is open to the sky. I'll ask you some question. What Glen May is called most of the time? What Glen May is called most of the time? Yes, Glen May is called is called Glen May most of the time. أحسنتي. That's her name. Why she is called Glen May most of the time? Why? When I ask you why, you have to answer with because. أحسنتي. So she's called Glen May most of the time because it's easier to say than her Indian name. أحسنتي بنتي. So, how many names Glen May has? How many names? Yes, the first one is Glen May. The second one is an Indian name. أحسنتي. What's that Indian name? Glee Nasba. Glee Nasba. So we agree that she has two names. One is Glen May, which is easy to say, and another Indian name that is called Glee Nasba. Okay, I have a question. What does it mean, Glee Nasba, in English? What does Glee Nasba means in English? Yes, it means something like female warrior. A female warrior. Is she really a female warrior? Is she a female warrior? Warrior means a soldier. You fight. Okay? Is she really? No, she's not. She is really a Navajo weaver. A Navajo weaver. Okay, what's the meaning of weaver? Weaver is from the verb weave. Do you remember weave? Yesterday we took that word. Decided to weave Geraldine into something. Does that mean she is going to put her in that rug? No, not her. Not Geraldine by itself. No. She will use what? Her wool. أحسنتي. So she will use Geraldine's wool to weave into a rug. Look at page 281. Okay, can you see the picture? Okay. Geraldine, the goat, is sitting. And Glen May is doing something. What do you think she is doing with that scissor? She's doing something with that scissor. The same thing you do with your pencil when it doesn't write well. Yes, she is sharpening a large pair of scissors. It's very large. It's a very large scissor. So she is sharpening a large pair of scissors. I'll tell you a sentence and you will tell me if the sentence is right or wrong. I remember it was a very cold afternoon. I remember it was a very cold afternoon. Is this right or wrong? Wrong. أحسنتي. Because it says here, I remember it was a warm, sunny, there is sun, afternoon. Okay, another question. Why do you think Glen May was sharpening the scissors? Why do you think Glen May was sharpening the scissors? Glen May was sharpening the scissors because she wanted to make a rug. And how you will make a rug? Yes, from the wool of Geraldine. So she will cut Geraldine's wool. أحسنتي بنتي. Take a look at page 282. See the picture? What do you think Glen May is doing? Yes, she's cutting off wool with the scissors. Okay. Do you think it hurts? No, it doesn't. When you go to the hairdresser and you ask her to cut your hair, does it hurt you? No. So it's the same for Geraldine. She's not hurt because this is only cutting off the wool. There is another thing we can say instead of cutting off the wool. We can say clipping off the wool. Did she cut it once? No, she cut it in great long strands. So it doesn't come off as one big wool. No, it comes in great long strands. And what is it called? Yes, really, it's called mohair. Mohair. At page 282. Okay. See the word here? Mohair. The long strands are called mohair. Did it hurt Geraldine? No, it didn't. It didn't hurt at all. But she was doing something. Geraldine, she was doing something. What was it? It was, I kicked up my heels some. Because, why? Because she was a ticklish for a goat. She was ticklish for a goat. 182. I might have looked a little naked and silly. Why do you think she was looking naked and silly? Why? Yes, because Glen May, she clipped off her wool in long strands. So she was naked. Naked. What's the meaning of naked? Yes, without clothes. So, does she have any clothes? No. She has wool. أحسنتي. So, naked is without wool for animals, and for us, without clothes. And she looked silly. What's the meaning of silly? Yes, little bit funny, because she didn't have any wool. Okay, but Did she feel sad? Did Geraldine, did she feel sad? No, she didn't. She felt nice and cool because it was sunny and warm. She needed big air. So I decided to stick around and see what would happen next. Okay, answer me in a voice note. What do you think will happen next? Glen May, she clipped off the wool of Geraldine. Okay, then what will happen next? Okay, take a look at the picture. I asked you, what do you think will happen next? Okay. If Glen May, she wants to use the wool she cut, she needs to what first? It's dirty. Yes, it's dirty. So she will need to what? She will need to wash it first. And she used something special to wash the wool. Yes, she chopped up roots from a yucca plant. Because these roots, it's a plant. They look and they feel like soap. So she can wash the wool. Okay, we are at page 283. What was the first thing Glen May did? Answer my question. What was the first thing Glen May did? She did what? She chopped up roots from a yucca plant. Okay, what's the name of the plant? Yes, yucca plant. That's the name of the plant. What does this plant do? It's like soap. You wash your hand with soap, okay? But her soap is different from a plant. The root made a soapy, rich lather when she mixed them with water. It's like soap. When you use soap, you put soap and water, it becomes soapy, rich. So she used the roots to make a soap. Now let's take a look at the sentence. I have a star. Okay, which part of the sentence is I? Is it a subject or a verb? أحسنتي. I is a subject. أحسنتي. Okay, what about the word have? Is it a subject, another subject, or a verb? Yeah, it's a verb. So, is it a normal verb? No, it's abnormal verb. What's the meaning of that? We call it irregular verb. It's not like any other verb. It's different. So, I have the subject as I and have is the irregular verb. Did you notice that I goes with have? Yes. Not all pronouns goes with have. Some of them, they go with have, and some of them, they go with has. Let's see that. You. What about the subject? You. It goes with have. So, in the previous one, we said, I have Now it's you have. Okay, so we understand from that you and I, they take the irregular verb have. Can you make a sentence using you or using I? For example, I have a nice voice. Do you have a nice voice? Okay. You have curly hair. And you have straight hair. Give me two sentences. One use you and the other one use I. I goes with the irregular verb have. And the word or the subject you goes with have also. Okay, when I want to talk about a girl, I will say she have. No, that's wrong, because have only goes with you and I. Okay, so I will say she has. She has. Okay, what if I want to talk about a boy? He has. أحسنتي. So he and she, they have the irregular verb has, while you and I have. What's the meaning of have and has? It means I have, I own it, it's mine. I want to talk about we as a group. I will say we has. No, we have stars. Okay, what about if I want to talk about you, but not one person, more than one person? I will say they has or they have. What do you think? Yes, have. They have a star. So, if the subject was I, you, or more than one, I will use the verb have. But if the subject was one, like he or she and it, I will use has. Okay? If I want to talk about that box or that bird, should I say it have? No, I will say it has, because it's one. Okay, so it has a star. And what about the bird? It has a star also, because animals and things, we say it. Okay, what about if I want to talk about the box and the bird together? I will say they has or have? Have a star, have stars. أحسنتي بنتي. So we, they, you, and I, all of them, they go with the irregular verb have. But she, he, it, they go with the irregular verb has. Okay, Binti, take a look at this schedule. Subject, we. It goes with have. Then, Glenda, or he, she, it, they go with has. What about Ken and Marty, or they go with have. This is if I want to talk about now, the present. I have now. She has now. They have now. But if I want to talk about yesterday or last month, I will use had. Had. Okay. Had goes with which one, you miss? Had goes with all. So I can say, for example, yesterday I had nice dinner. Did you have nice dinner yesterday? Take a look at the box. It says have, has, and had. Have, has, and had are called irregular verbs. They are verbs, but they are called irregular, not normal. Okay, use have and has to tell about present time, about now. So I use have and has to talk about now. But use had to tell about something that happened in the past. So I use the word or the verb had to talk about the past. Okay, now take a look at the exercise. The question says, circle the word that correctly completes each sentence. So, you need to do what? To circle. You will read the sentence, then you will circle that the correct one. Okay, let's check number 1. Carry. Have or has 2 rugs. Carry. How many persons are carry? 1. So, I will use have or has. Yes, I will use the word has. أحسنتي. Okay, number 2. Last week. Last week is in the past. أحسنتي. So, last week she had or have 3 rugs. We said if we talk about the past, we only use the irregular verb had. أحسنتي. Okay, number 3. Now, Gus and Lee. Okay, now means now, present time. Is it in the past? No, it's now. Gus and Lee had her old rug or have her old rug? Yes, because we're not talking about the past. I will never use had. And here it says now, so I will use the irregular verb have. أحسنتي بنتي. Okay, good girl. Though they are 2, Gus and Lee. Gus and Lee 2. Okay, so I use the word have because it's talking about now. Okay, now I did number 1 and 2. Can you do number 3, 4, 5, and 6? I will read it for you. Okay, if you need help, you'll go to the box there, up there in the page. Okay, now number 3. Now, it's not yesterday, it's now. Gus and Lee had or have her old rug. Okay, number 4. Carry. Carry is 1 person or more. Let's see. Had, have, no room for her rug. Okay, miss. I don't have has here. Why? Because we're talking about the past. So if we are talking about the past, I will use have or had. Okay, number 5. Gus and Lee, 2, not 1. Gus and Lee has or had room. Okay, miss. Gus and Lee are 2. I usually use the word or the irregular verb have. But here I don't have it. So because it's talking about the past,